It's a bad day.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get into everything. First, we're going to be starting with this first video titled Amazon Web Services Outage Causes Issues for Major Apps and Websites Globally. That's because a huge portion of the internet is saved up on the Amazon servers and all of that. Now, the website was down earlier today, but it has nothing to do with Amazon. We are not connected to Amazon in any kind of way. That was just a coincidence. I think what happened on our end with the website is I think the server, something happened and they needed to fix it. And when they went to make changes, it kind of stalled everything out. So we were down, but it was not related to Amazon, but Amazon was down and everything else was down because of it. Then we got a video titled Study 60,000 Children Spared of Peanut Allergies. Apparently, if you feed your infant children peanuts, there's less likeliness of a chance that they're going to have peanut allergies. I don't know. That sounds scary to me. You got a little baby, you're like, let's feed it peanuts and see if it dies. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. Then we got a video. This can't be propaganda. It's titled COVID Shots May Boost Cancer Survival. So if you go get the COVID jabby jab, you're going to be able to beat cancer. They say you're twice as likely to beat cancer. Just go get jabbed up. We'll tell you whatever you want. Just go get jabbed up. It's so stupid. Then we got a video titled Shrapnel Struck CHP Vehicle During Live Fire Demo Over I-5, Agency Says. So in this video, they're going to be demonizing the 250th celebration of the Marines that happened in California. They were doing that live action stuff. I think we were talking about it on Saturday, maybe. I don't know. They found something to bitch about. Then we got a video titled Search for Suspects in Heist at Paris Louvre Museum. I'm probably not saying that correctly. Normally we don't cover foreign stuff, but this is quite the heist, so I figured why not. And we actually got a lot of videos today. Then we got a video titled we have like 5 videos for President Trump. We might play all of these back to back, we'll see. But the first one's titled President Trump Signs Minerals Deal with Australian Prime Minister, whatever his name is. That's from earlier today. The next video is also from earlier today. It's really short. It's titled Trump Tells Australian Ambassador to His Face, I Don't Like You. Because that's what we like. That's why we made him president. Then we got a video titled Trump Responding to No King's Protest. Then we got Speaker Mike Johnson having to talk to the press to talk the difference about inciting violence versus trolling on the internet, because the press apparently doesn't understand that. Neither does any lefties. They are going to be talking about an AI video in that video, but they won't show it. So I went and found it, and we're going to play the video they're all mad about. It's not a big deal. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Eagle, and it's titled Lip Syncing. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Supreme Court to Consider Whether Illegal Drug Users Can Own Guns. Yes, they can, because that doesn't stop you from being an American, so that's a whole fucking waste of their time, but okay. Then we got a video titled Hunter Stand Found in Line of Sight to Air Force One. Now, they don't know if this tree stand is some nefarious thing that was put together, or if it's just a hunting tree stand. But either way, it caused suspicion. Now the FBI is on it. We got a video titled Prosecutors Suggest They May Move to Disqualify James Comey's Attorney. This is just a follow-up on what's going on with James Comey. I still don't think anything's going to happen, but we'll see how it goes. Then we got a video titled Hegseth Announces Another Caribbean Strike and Threatens to Treat Terrorists Like Al-Qaeda. Now, I don't really understand that statement, because I thought when we treated people like terrorists, we were treating them like they were Al-Qaeda, because Al-Qaeda is terrorists. So I don't understand what this statement makes. I've been wondering why they don't go after the cartel, why they don't treat Antifa like terrorists. Apparently there's a difference. So either way, then we got a video titled Women Are Being Randomly Attacked in Chicago. They're calling them loop punchers. I don't know who came up with that term. That's a stupid term to me, but it's the title that they're giving random dudes that are just wandering down the street punching women in the face for no reason, or spitting on them, or whatever. It's just basically random attacks against women. They're calling these people loop punchers. It's a big thing in Chicago, I guess, in Chicago. Then we got, for the last little bit of the news, lefties losing it, and today it's titled Awful and Dumb. I mean, that's just say Democrat, you know. The ugliness of No King's Protest called out. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We have an unboxing today. I don't know who sent me what, but I'm pretty excited about it. Then we're going to be opening today's drawer of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Call the Ambulance, but not for me. Then we got our official funny video of the day. It was provided by Donnie, and it's titled Day 1 as a Gynecologist. Let's go ahead and get into things because you guys are waiting on me, and I can't read the whole chat because there's too many of you at this point. We go ahead and hit that like button. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with this first video here. Amazon Web Services outage causes issues for major apps and websites globally. I went and got some details that aren't necessarily mentioned in this video, but it helps put things in perspective of why when Amazon has problems, everybody has problems. Like I said, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
We begin with breaking news overnight. A major online outage affecting popular websites and apps around the world. Kelly O'Grady is here with the details from this developing story. Kelly, good morning. So what is going on?
Well, good morning to you, Nate. So the cloud service, Amazon Web Service, it powers countless organizations. We've seen hundreds of major sites from banks to phone and internet service and entertainment companies affected overnight. Now, the Amazon Cloud Service, AWS, now says, quote, the underlying DNS issue has been fully mitigated and most AWS service operations are succeeding normally now. The website Down Detector, it tracks web outages, reported issues with dozens of major sites like Amazon, Venmo, Spectrum, Ring, Verizon, Coinbase. The list goes on. Of course, Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange. You may remember a massive cyber outage in July of 2024 linked to a faulty update to CrowdStrike. That caused widespread problems with Microsoft Windows computers running the software. Today it is a reminder of the fragility of our technology and how it affects us on a daily basis.
I do remember that, Kelly. Thank you very much.
Okay, so talking about Amazon going down again, that has nothing to do with the website. We are not connected to Amazon in any way. Either way, next up we got 60,000 children spared of peanut allergies. This is, what do they say? They say it's a health success of the modern era. Apparently, if you take your 4-month-old and you start sticking peanuts in their mouth and they don't choke and die, they may be able to build up an immunity to the allergen of being allergic to peanuts and stuff. I don't know how they figured this out, and it sounds scary as shit. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about Amazon. Now, once again, the servers went down, and that caused all kinds of platforms to go down, and the reason is, and like I said, these details I went and found on my own. They weren't mentioned in the video, but as of 2025, AWS, which is the servers for Amazon, they host approximately 5.1% to 6.2% of all websites globally, with over 50 million live websites running on its infrastructure. The influence is far greater than just how many they're hosting because they're high traffic sites. It says 53% of the top 10,000 most visited websites is powered by AWS, including giants like Netflix, Airbnb, Reddit, Adobe. But this has nothing to do with the site being down, like I had previously mentioned. So that's why when Amazon goes down, everything goes down, because like most websites, and like it says here, 10,000 of the highest trafficked websites is powered by Amazon. So when Amazon goes down, it all takes a shit, but generally we'll still be around. Today was just a coincidence. Like I said, next up, we're going to be talking about how to keep your kids from being killed by peanuts. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. Russell, is it Louvre? Is that how it's said? I think they mentioned it in the video, but I didn't realize they were talking about the building. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. 10 Man global outage. Sounds like some people done some things. Yeah, I'm not sure why the outage happened. But yeah, a lot of people were affected by it. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom. What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom to you, Russell. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom. My Trump sign survived the Hate America rally. Good stuff. What's up, Cricket Kids? What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Kevin, noticed they didn't say if it was a fiat outage or a global outage. Yeah, they want to be delicate with that information. Let me see. I know somebody was asking for the link to that song. Let me find it really quick. All right, I just posted a link to that song in the chat. I can't remember who wanted it, but it's there. What's up, Major? Happy freedom. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. Welcome back, Pumpkin. I hope you're doing good. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom to you. Oh, Ramsey, I'm having such a fucking day today. I look like the poster child of mental illness. I'm like walking down the street with headphones in, screaming. Like, just the shittiest fucking day today. What's up, 1776? Happy freedom to you. Oh, Kevin, you were asking about the music. Yeah, if that link I just posted in the chat, it'll take you to that song. It's a good song. Russell's the one that told me about it. What's up, Kirsten? Happy freedom. What's up, Livid Review? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kane? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Let me see here. James, imagine having to get out of a trade on Coinbase. AWS is down. Oh wait, they just lock you out anyway. If there's money to be made, yeah, the crypto trading and all that, like what Robinhood did. They're like, oh no, it's volatile. We're gonna lock the system so you can't make any money off of it. And like, oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that's what we were here for. What's up, Xterra? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. Yeah, Meta. Meta, I was screaming my vocal cords out today. I was trying to throw up my vocal cords. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. What's up, Rich? Xterra, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Rich, couldn't call the hospital today and make an appointment for my pulled muscle on my shoulder. See, like, that's a problem. They shouldn't be relying on Amazon's dusty servers if, you know, for things like that. They should have their own servers. Medical facilities generally have their own generators to keep the power on. Can't be connected because Amazon sucks. I don't know. What's up, JC? Happy freedom. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom to you. What's up, B? Happy freedom. B, China says hi. Well, hello, China. What's up, JP? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Blind? Happy freedom. Guess that Ripper chip caught up to you? No. I don't know why those hot peppers and hot chips don't affect me worse. I mean, when I eat it, it's hot, but I'm not like shooting fire out the other end. I don't know why. It makes me concerned that it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers everybody else. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Pumpkin. Glad you're doing good. Yeah, me and Klaus Daniels, we doing all right. Let's go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, 60,000 children spared of peanut allergies. You're saying if you give the little fuckers some peanuts early on, there's a chance that they won't be allergic to peanuts. So if you are allergic to peanuts, I guess it's your parents' fault? I don't know. That's what the liberals are saying. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
A new study shows 60,000 children have been successfully treated for peanut allergies.
And they're saying it's all because of a new therapy where children are introduced to peanuts early on. Now, since 2015, doctors have recommended introducing the allergen to infants starting as early as 4 months. The long-term data suggests the rate of peanut allergies in children is almost 70% lower in the children who receive early peanut introduction. A researcher at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia analyzed health records from multiple pediatric practices to determine the number of children who avoided peanut allergies.
This is probably the biggest public health success in allergy in the modern era, I would say. What our data shows is that because of, or at least associated with those early introduction guidelines, there's about 60,000 less kids with food allergy today than there would have been. And that's a remarkable thing, right?
The 2015 study immediately sparked new guidelines urging the early introduction of peanuts, but doctors have been slow to follow these new recommendations. Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt is one of 33 facilities in the country taking part in this experimental allergy treatment. They currently use oral immunotherapy for kids ages 4 through 17.
Okay. I don't know. It sounds scary. Like I said before, it's like you get a baby, right? You make the baby. That's the first step. Make the baby. Then 4 months into baby being on the outside, you're gonna start giving it peanuts to see if it dies or not. I'm like, I don't know. It's like babies are so vulnerable. Like, here, you little fucker. Here's some peanuts. Please don't die on me. I'm trying to save you in your adulthood, so you don't have to be scared of peanuts. I don't know. That's a tough thing right there. Now, I'm thankful I don't have peanut allergies. I guess my mom was eating nuts, right? That's how I got here. But damn, Didn't know. I didn't know. So if you got peanut allergies, you can just totally blame your parents. It's your parents' fault. Kind of like Tylenol. If you're a little bit slow, you can be like, Mom, you shouldn't have been taking all that Tylenol, dirt, and you don't do the thing. But anyways, they're saying that exposing kids to peanuts early on helps prevent them from developing peanut allergies. They say to expose them as early as 4 months old. They say it's 70% chance or 70% lower for kids that eat peanuts early on to develop peanut allergies. They say that this is the biggest public health success in the modern era, to decide to eat the thing that kills you when you're older, potentially. I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know. Subaru should be eating Bambi. Says, oh yeah, and then I wrote the notes down. Yeah, if you got peanut allergies, you can blame your mom and your dad, and if you're a little slow and you ride the short bus, you get to blame mom for Tylenol. So don't forget that. Next up, we got more health news here. COVID shots may boost cancer survival. I know that sounds like satire, but they're really telling the lefties that. They're telling the normies that. The lefties believe it. It's coming up next, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all these peanuts. Russell, so peanut allergies aren't from birth? I guess not. I've never known anyone that was allergic to peanuts, so I don't really know anything about it. The closest I've had to that is driving up to drive-thrus where it says may contain peanut allergies, like when you go through like Dairy Queen and shit. Otherwise, I've never known anybody that was allergic to peanuts. I also, like, I don't know, it just seems so damn risky. I guess you got to make sure your local hospital's not using Amazon for their phone lines in case your 4-month-old decides to kick the bucket because you were slam dunking peanuts down its mouth, and then it swelled up like a balloon in the middle of the night. You know, you gotta plan ahead. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kaz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom. Otters, my cousin sheltered her son into massive allergies. Oh, that sucks. I've heard of that too. If you treat your kid like the boy in the bubble, they end up being allergic to everything and afraid of everything. Russell, guess I'm like eating nuts. Could not miss the opportunity. Guess I was gonna show up like, what the hell? What is this? Rappy, I knew a girl in high school who died from peanut allergies. That's horrible. See, and that'd be a sucky thing to worry about. I mean, it's like one thing to worry about. Like, I have to worry about no tomatoes. That's the difference between shitting blood or just shitting a little bit of blood. I'm not going to die from eating a tomato, though. So if the person, you know, at the drive-thru lies to me and goes, yeah, we're not going to put tomato on it, and the little dumbass sitting there putting the sandwich together puts tomato on it, I'm not going to kick the fucking bucket. But man, if you had peanut allergies and you're living in a world as dumb as the one we're living in right now, I'd be scared to death. Like, I wouldn't be eating shit. I'd have to make everything. Give it to the cat. You detect any peanuts? I don't know. That's scary. Cheeky Chops, who loves eating sack? I don't know anybody signing up for that. What's up, Musky Boss? Happy freedom. I can't find the comment now. Patriot Dad, you saying you're getting ripped, working out? It's badass. Working out makes you feel better about the whole world, really. Done boy in the bubble, in the plastic bubble kind of shit. Yeah. Major, I'm allergic to BS. We should make t-shirts that say that. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom to you. Tori Wayne, my alum allergies isn't life-threatening, just hell on my insides and makes me feel super sick and icky. Yeah. See, and that's bad enough. And they say a lot of that stuff is caused because of the way our food is. We eat shit food, and then it mutates the way our insides are. And then we become allergic to everything. Rappy, yeah, she ate a candy bar and didn't know a peanut was in it. Yeah, see, that's so scary. That's so scary. Meta, tell Pumpkin she's the bestest for me. Welcome home from Kick. You're a badass, Meta. Rich, cancer used to be very rare, and as soon as polio vaccines... soon as the polio vaccines without... That's when cancer took off. Oh, when they came out, polio vaccines came out, and then cancer took off? Yeah. Rich, peanut allergies are from the vaccines they get. Oh yeah, we never used to have those problems. That's what a lot of people say, is a lot of the problems we have now that are common, real common, like ADHD and stuff like that. people say wasn't around back then. The defense against that is people saying we weren't looking for it. We weren't detecting it. And there's certain instances where you could assume that those things were happening, but I don't know. I know ain't nothing getting better. You know, like we just covered a video a couple days ago that was saying that 70% of Americans that are adults are obese. That they changed the standards and now 70% of us are obese. That's a problem. That's a problem. You have a country that's 70% obese. That's a fucking problem. And all they said was do better. Just do better. But the thing is our food is shit. That's a huge problem. They didn't even mention that in the story. And that's how this is. Like, oh, autism's crazy. ADHD is crazy. Everybody's getting it now. We don't know what's causing it. Oh, yeah, don't look at the food. It's not the food. It's not the shit you inject us with. Nah, it's our fault. Just like, I don't know. There's no winners here. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy Freedom. Corey Luca, when you're done, raid your cousin Melanie Mack. If she gets mad, I watched her play Little Nightmare. Cool game. Should check it out. We raided Melanie Mack once, and she said it was a failed raid or something like that because we didn't pour in as many people as she wanted or whatever, but that's okay. Good for her. I guess she's like a 40-something-year-old that pretends to be a 20-year-old Bible thumper, but whatever. Everybody's making their own money somehow. What's up, Murphy? Happy Freedom to you. Murphy. I think they're preparing us for a massive power blackout. Shit would get ugly if we had a power blackout. They said we wouldn't make it 2 weeks. Because most people don't have access to fresh water. If I went out into the yard and dug 4 feet in the ground, I'd hit water. If I drove 20 minutes that direction, I can dig with my hands and find water. So, like, I don't have to worry about water, but the rest of the country, they don't have that kind of luxury. And I'm going to end up with worms drinking water like that. But most of the country, they don't have access to fresh water. They die, I guess. I'm not the expert here. I just live in the Michigan. Either way, moving forward here. Next up, we got COVID shots may boost cancer survival. I'm still not getting it. I don't care what they say. They're going to be like, it gives you 2 inches on the tip. I mean, I might have to go get jabbed up. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this propaganda pulled up real quick. This makes me think, like, here in Michigan, they were like, if you go get jabbed up, you'll get entered into this lottery where you're going to be gifted money that was paid for with tax dollars. Nah, I'm good. Either way, COVID shot may boost cancer survival. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
5:24 now, a health check this morning. People with advanced lung or skin cancer who got the COVID-19 vaccine live significantly longer than people who did not. A University of Florida study found cancer patients who got the COVID vaccine within 100 days of starting immunotherapy drugs saw their survival rates nearly double. It is believed the COVID mRNA vaccine may wake up the immune system against cancer as well.
Okay, so, I mean, maybe I'm not a doctor. I don't believe it, but that's just me. You know, go consult whoever you need to consult before you go and get jabbed up. But I think they're just sweet talking us into the jab because it's jab season. So that's all I think. But either way, the jab is so good that it helps you survive against cancer. They say if you're jabbed up, it can double your likeliness to survive fighting the big C. Whatever you say. Next up, shrapnel struck CHP vehicle during live fire demo over I-5, the agency says. Now, I think it was Saturday they were doing the live fire exercise, and it wasn't just an exercise, it was a celebration of the 250 years of the Marines. Now, in California, they were all crying and boo-hooing about it big time for like a whole week, and we didn't even cover it till the end of the week because it just wasn't worth covering. Well, now it's over with, and they found reasons to bitch about it, so we're going to cover that next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about getting jabbed up, doubling your chances fighting off the big C. Turbo, put the water in the crock pot, it'll be fine. Nah, I think it needs to be hotter than that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't worry about it. I worry about it when the power goes out. I try not to worry about dying. Life is hard enough. I got to worry about living. Ghostly, bee allergies are the same thing. You can cure it if you're willing to get stung a bunch of times. Yeah, I don't know. I've only been stung by a bee 3 times, I think. 3 or 4 times. I know I'm not allergic to it, but that's another one of those things where I actually know people that are allergic to bees, and most of them who are don't actually freak out when bees come around. It's the people who aren't allergic who seem to freak out when a bee flies in the window and stuff like that. But yeah, that's another one, because you could just be doing absolutely nothing and get stung by a bee, and then now your life's in danger, and it's like, it's no good. No good. Tin Man, how did it all go? How was your weekend? Tori Wayne, the ones who haven't been stung freak out more. Yeah, I think you're right. Otters, I'll never get the clot shot. Everyone I know who did got some bad side effect. Nope, that's all I need to see. Yeah, I don't want the problems either. Major, I think I'm allergic to wasps. The red aggressive ones fuck me up. Oh, really? I don't know. I've even seen a red wasp. I don't think I've ever been stung by one. Cass, is your throat sore? Yeah, but it's from screaming. It's because I was screaming earlier. What's up, Colty? Happy Freedom. Cass, yeah, you're absolutely right, Cass. There's only so much stuff I can say because fucking GoofTube's watching, but yeah. Kevin, I developed an allergy to blueberries from eating them all the time. When I was a kid, there was a blueberry farm down the road and tons of wild stuff around. I've never heard of anybody being allergic to blueberries. Damn, that's crazy. What's up, T1? Happy Freedom to you. I love blueberries. I couldn't imagine being allergic to them. Major, they're red and black. Yeah, see, I don't think I've ever seen hornets like that. I've only seen yellow jackets. Just yellow and black hornets. We probably got them here in Michigan, but I've never seen them. You gotta go outside to see stuff. I don't do that. Yeah, Meta. That's the thing. They're like, just come get the shot. We'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Stern, my daughter had a friend that was allergic to watermelon. That's crazy too. I've never heard of that either. I've heard of people being allergic to weed and they didn't find out until they smoked weed, and then they were having issues, but then all their friends thought they were just having a panic attack. And so they're like, nah, you're fine. And they're like, nah, I think my throat's swelling up. They're like, you just high. And it's like, nah, they were actually allergic. I don't know. It's crazy. Allergies are crazy. What's up, Trill? Happy Freedom. What's up, Carl? Happy Freedom. I live in dirt. My immune system is strong as fuck. That's what you need. What's up, Art? Happy Freedom. What's up, DB? Happy Freedom to you. Larry, look at all the crap they put in our food. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Jeffrey Allen? Happy Freedom. That's all they do is lie about the jibby jabs. I know they do. Normally we don't cover it, but this one was too good. The propaganda was too sweet. I couldn't pass it up. It's going to help you fight cancer? It don't even help you fight COVID. What the fuck? Like, that's what I thought. I was like, are you serious? They're like, we'll tell you anything. Just please come in and take our stupid shot. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Let's go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, shrapnel struck CHP vehicle during live fire demo over I-5, the agency says. Now, I don't know. They try to make it look like it caused damage. Maybe it did. I don't know. But really, they're just trying their damnedest to bitch about the 250th celebration of the Marines on Saturday. J.D. Vance was in California. There was a celebration going on. They did the live fire and all of that. Everybody was all mad because they couldn't tell if the highway was going to be shut down or not. It ended up being shut down because they were worried about it being a threat to the public. And now this happened. They're all outraged and whatever. They're super butthurt. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
War of words intensifying tonight over potential dangers found from this weekend's military maneuvers at Camp Pendleton. CHP says this is a piece of metal shrapnel that rained down, damaging a patrol car and Vice President J.D. Vance's security detail. Investigators say it happened yesterday on the 5 freeway during the 250th anniversary celebration for the Marines and Navy. The incident report says an artillery round fired from White's Beach across the interstate exploded prematurely over the freeway. A CHP officer says he heard what sounded like pebbles falling on his motorcycle from the sky. Because of those safety concerns, Governor Gavin Newsom ordered part of the 5 freeway to be shut down while live ammunition was being fired. Now, Newsom has taken multiple shots at the White House on Twitter since news of that fallen shrapnel broke. His press office saying, "You accuse the governor of overreacting when he closed part of the freeway." Newsom also wrote, "We love our Marines and owe a debt of gratitude to Camp Pendleton. But next time, the Vice President and the White House should not be so reckless with the people's lives for their vanity projects." Fortunately, nobody hurt. The CHP now recommending a review of communications and coordination between federal and local governments regarding future live fire events over freeways and other infrastructure.
Okay. So like I said, it does appear that there was damage, and anybody who owned an expensive car would not be happy that there's damage. It's pretty understandable. But like I said, they were just itching for a reason to complain about this 250th celebration of the Marines over in California. It was unnecessary. They didn't say any good things about it. They weren't like it was a complete success. We were honoring the military. This happened to happen, which really sucks, but at least we had a good time. They didn't do any of that. Nope, they suck. They hurt this guy's car. It's all bad. It always will be. Trump did it. Like, okay, whatever you say, bud. Either way, next up, search for suspect at Heist at Paris. I can't remember how to say it now. Russell told me and I forgot. Louvre, maybe? Museum? We'll go ahead and get right into this. And like I said earlier, normally we don't cover foreign problems and all of that. But this is Emotion 11 stuff, and I figure why not? Why not? This is fairly entertaining. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
This is a stunning theft that happened at one of the world's most famous museums in broad daylight. Thieves smashed an upstairs window at the Louvre in Paris yesterday while tourists wandered nearby. Burglars made off with priceless jewels, and they're actually still at large. Elizabeth Palmer is in Paris. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning. This crime is all anybody's talking about here in Paris today. Not only the sheer audacity of it, but the fact that the Louvre that you can see behind me is something of a fortress, and people are stunned that it proved so vulnerable. It was a heist in plain sight. The thieves parked a mobile ladder against the wall of the Louvre at 9 on Sunday morning. Then police say they broke this window and made straight for the sumptuous Apollo Gallery, where France's crown jewels are on display. It took them 7 minutes and a circular saw to steal 9 priceless objects, including a pearl and diamond tiara made for Napoleon III's wife, Eugenie, and a whole sapphire-studded set. David Chanteron is an art historian who's worked in the Louvre. What will the thieves do with the pieces they've robbed?
It's very difficult to know what's happened after this moment.
It's possible, he says, the robbery was a special order for a private collector, but more likely the treasures will be broken up and the gems sold. All that is, except this crown. The robbers dropped it in the street as they made their getaway. Wasn't the glass in the display cabinets reinforced somehow? Incredibly, he says, it wasn't. After the robbery, tourists were ushered to the exits. Many disappointed not to see the star attraction here, the Mona Lisa. though not Jim and Joan Carpenter from California.
It's great. This is our last day of a long trip, and this is the most exciting part today.
There are hundreds of tourists back here again this morning, anxious to see the scene of the crime, but they won't be allowed in. The museum has just confirmed that it will be closed all day for a second day while that police investigation gears up. Gail?
Liz, it does sound like something out of Ocean's 11. Was George Clooney on the scene? It's an amazing story. Thank you.
I wish.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, kind of crazy. Not every day we get to cover a heist. Why not? Next up, I think we're gonna play the first 3 back to back, and then we'll play the next 2 back to back. It all has to do with Trump. The first one is President Trump signs minerals deal with Australian Prime Minister, whatever his name is. That happened earlier today. Then we got a video that's a part of that. It's titled, Trump tells Australian ambassador to his face, I don't like you. And then the third one is Trump responding to No Kings protest. Actually, we're going to play the first 2 back to back, and we'll play the next 3 back to back. We'll do it like that. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the shrapnel from the celebration in California for the Marines, as well as this Paris jewelry heist. Now, once again, for the shrapnel, they were saying that shrapnel was landing on vehicles. California defending the celebration, saying that this put everyone's lives in danger. Now everyone's really scared. And then for the jewelry heist, they're saying the thieves used a mobile ladder to access the building where they broke the window to get in. They used a saw to access 9 priceless items. They think the robbery could have been for someone who specifically wanted those items, but they expect that the items will be broken down and sold as individual pieces until it's all sold off, and the thieves are still on the run. Like I said, we got President Trump, next 5 videos. It's coming up, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all of that. Ghostly, the Brits are going to use this as proof they really should keep all the shit they stole in their museums. It could be. It could be. Russell, the jewels are priceless. Yeah. Well, see, and what I don't understand is how are they actually going to get sold off? Because it seems like certain pieces would be easy to identify because they're rare and old, and you know what I mean? Like, it seems like they would be pretty identifiable. So if you went to pawn it off, you would think they would raise some flags because you're selling items that probably are not going to sell again fairly quickly. It's all expensive. So if you can find a buyer, unless they're private, you know, it's going to be a pawn shop or a store or something like that. It seems like they'd be able to get it tracked down. Russell, you've been there? You've been to the Louvre? It looks cool there. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much for the support. Says, have a better day now that your hooligans are here. Well, I will. I appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you. So 276, they dropped the crown because of No King's Day. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Ghostly, they'll sell them in the Middle East to some prince. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Hold on a second. Man, I blew my voice out today. Hard day. Everybody wanted to make me mad today. Anyways, reading through. What's up, Toast? Happy freedom to you. Major, unless they melt them down. Well, I was thinking more like the stones, but yeah, the gold and stuff, I assume they'll melt that down. Toast, the last pepper challenge looked painful. They're all painful. I didn't even show you guys the ghost pepper. In the voice chat, I ate a ghost pepper, and I think Hair Juicer throughout the night ate 2 Reaper peppers. And I haven't finished editing the video. I've been sidetracked and stuff. But if you guys get a membership for jeffmaclive.com, we're always doing fun stuff over there in the voice chat on Fridays. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom. What's up, Val? Happy freedom to you. Oh, my roast is almost done. I can smell it. Too Old to Care calling the Pink Panther. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Patriot Dad, they're going to get found at a garage sale in Arkansas. Probably. We're going to have to get Turbo on it. Bill Clay, there's a DEI hire in charge of security. They were probably in on it. You never know. Oh, I try toast. Also, speaking of hot stuff, I added hot stuff to the wish list. So if you guys want to figure out what we're going to be eating next. Also, and I think I probably already told you guys this, I'm trying to get my hands on Trinidad scorpion peppers so we can have another goal where if we hit 200 hooligans, we'll eat a Trinidad scorpion pepper on the live. Meta, these marine maneuvers boost morale. Yeah, I think so too. What's up, Post Malone? What's up, Viola? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Thank you so much, Kills, for joining the membership program over on Twitch. And welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you. Thank you, Kills. Interstate stones can be broken down and the gold can be melted. Yeah. I don't know. If you got big enough diamonds or a certain enough clarity and stuff, you wouldn't want that kind of stuff broken down. And if it's diamonds, you need lasers and shit to break it down. You probably wouldn't be able to find the tools to do it by hand. But everything else, you could probably take to a jeweler and get it broken down. What's up, God Brides of Harley? Happy freedom. Anyone want to buy some jewelry? It's cheap. Chip was it was Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion. I didn't read the box until like 2 days later. I just was saying it was a Reaper chip, but it was a Reaper chip and Trinidad Scorpion together. I got another one. Like I said, I put a whole bunch of stuff on the wish list. If you go to the wish list, it has a sort button. If you select custom, it'll show you the wish list the way that I organized it, which actually makes sense versus the way they have it set up by default. And I can't change it. I can't do it for you. You gotta just click sort by custom. But if you do, you'll see all the hot stuff that I added there. Some of that stuff's a little intimidating. All right, hooligans, we're gonna move forward here. Like I said, we're gonna play these next two back to back, and then after that we got 3 videos we're gonna play back to back. All of it has to do with Trump, but different topics. First one is President Trump signs mineral deal with Australian Prime Minister. Second video being President Trump tells Australian ambassador to his face, I don't like you. We're going to play both these back to back. Come on, do the thing. All right, video 1. Hit that like button if you haven't. Let's get into this.
We are discussing critical minerals and rare earths, and we're going to be signing an agreement that's been negotiated over a period of 4 or 5 months. And it was sort of good timing that we got it done just in time for the visit. And we worked together very much on rare earths, critical minerals, and lots of other things. And we've had a very good relationship. We've been working on that for quite a while. In about a year from now, we'll have so much critical mineral and rare earths that you won't know what to do with them. They'll be worth about $2. But in the meantime, we're working with Australia and other countries. They're working with us too, but other countries also on that. But we're really working on anything having to do with military protection, military ships, vehicles, guns, ammunition, everything, the whole thing. We've been long-time allies, and I would say there's never been anybody better. We fought wars together. We never had any doubts, and it's a great honor to have you as my friend. It's a great honor to have you in the United States of America. Please, would you like to say something?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. President, for the invitation here to the White House and for showing us around the improved Oval Office and for what you're doing around here as well, and for the great honour as well of my delegation staying just across the road. We could have walked, but they didn't let us. We drove all of 20 metres there from Blair House, but it's a great honour to be able to stay there. We are great friends and we're great allies, and this is a relationship that's been forged in the battlefields of the world. We have stood side by side for freedom and democracy, and congratulations, I must say, Mr. President, on the work that you've done with the Middle East. It's an extraordinary achievement. And on defence, we've already had a discussion about taking it to the next level. Our defence and security partnership with AUKUS is so important for us, and I thank you for the support that the administration are giving as well. You've had the Chief of the Navy here as well, which will play obviously a very critical role with the subs and increasing the security for the region and the world. And our economic relationship is so important. The US has a trade surplus with Australia, as you know, and we can continue to take what is every opportunity to improve the relationship even further and make it even stronger. And today's agreement on critical minerals and rare earths is just taking it to the next level, seizing those opportunities which are before us to take our relationship to that next level. And it's been fantastic, the contact that we've had together, the friendship that we've developed. And Australians love America, and I think Americans kind of like Australia too.
Sure, we do.
And as we go forward, I think that today will be seen as a really significant day in our relationship. So I thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. It's an honor to sign this, and we'll do it now. And then we'll take some questions. Some good ones, I think. Okay.
Well, this is a $8.5 billion pipeline that we have ready to go.
That's right. It's all ready to go.
Just getting started.
Okay, so like I said, it's a doubly. We got another video here. It's a part of all of that. It's really quick, though. That was slow and boring, but, you know, we're making deals with Australia, and it's now noted. Go ahead and do the thing. Here we go. After this, we'll hop in the chat.
Mr. President, there's been concern in Australia that it's taken 9 months to get this meeting. Have you had any concerns with this administration, with its stance on Palestine, climate change, or even things the ambassador said about you in the past, the Australian ambassador?
I don't know anything about him. I mean, if he said bad, then maybe he'll like to apologize. I really don't know. Did an ambassador say something bad about him? Don't tell me. I don't. Where is he? Is he still working for you?
Yeah.
You said bad?
Before I took this position, Mr. President.
I don't like you either. I don't, and I probably never will. Go ahead.
President Trump never misses an opportunity to shit on somebody who is trying to shit on him first. It's good stuff. Either way, next up, we got 3 videos we're going to play back to back. First one's titled Trump responding to No Kings protest over the weekend. Second video, Johnson on Trump's AI No Kings response video. That's a sad video because you shouldn't have to tell the press the difference between trolling and inciting violence, but apparently you have to in today's world. And the third video is the AI video that everybody's all bent out of shape. We're going to play all 3 of those back to back next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about these 2 videos. First one from earlier today, President Trump talking about having a minerals deal with Australia. Now we're getting access to some minerals and all of that stuff, and then President Trump smoking that Australian ambassador to his face. Tim, man, we don't want their problems. Talking about making Australia the 51st state. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Australians want to become American. The UK wouldn't want that, though. 10-man wokeness destroyed those countries. Yeah, it does seem that way. Otters, Trump has no filter. I love his honesty. I feel the same way. Picture Dad, I love hearing the sound of the Sharpie. You know, until you said that, I never realized how many times we've heard Trump using the Sharpie pen and all of that. We've covered so much of it. Tony Rez, we get rare earth minerals, and they get help from the Marines for their spider issues. Yeah, Tony Rez, that's probably what's happening. I'm still fighting this fucking spider bite. I think I'm on week 13 now. I don't know. I just want my leg. Can we make my leg great again? I'm tired of doing this. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom. Speaking of Australians, I wonder where Beck Frank is. Meta, when President Trump's signature starts to decline, that's when I will question his age and abilities. In my opinion, or just my opinion that no one asked for. Well, I mean, it would be a good sign. If he can't sign his, famous signature anymore, then yeah, I think it'd be time to start questioning things. What's up, Tucson? Happy freedom. Basically, he doesn't give a shit about Australia. He just wants more minerals. Well, as long as everybody's happy. What's up, Justice? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Madman? Happy freedom. What's up, Samantha? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you, JC. Thank you. Oh, you're awesome, Larry. Thank you. Otters, they gave me amoxicillin for my spider bite twice a day for 7 days, and it actually worked. Well, I'm glad it worked. They gave me amoxicillin. They gave me amoxicillin plus. It was amoxicillin plus some steroid or something. They gave me that for 10 days, and then they gave me a different antibiotic for 10 days, and now they don't know what to do, and my doctor won't be available until December. So I'm just stuck here with my shit looking like that. Let me see if I can find a picture. No, actually I can't. I don't have it, damn it. Anyways, I wish my leg could heal. Moving forward here, like I said, we're going to play these next three back-to-back. Trump responding to the No Kings protest. Mike Johnson explaining the difference between inciting violence and Trump using AI to troll. And then we're going to play the video that everybody's all bent out of shape about. And the video is really funny because they're saying it's President Trump saying he wants to kill his political opponents. But wait till you see the video. It's hilarious. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't. And let's get this rolling.
What's your response to the protests over the weekend, the No Kings protests?
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
What's your response?
Okay. President Trump stating that he's not a king. They won't believe him. They insist he's the king and that they hate him for it. And he's like, I'm not the king. They're like, you are the king. He's like, but I'm not. They're like, yes, you are. And we hate you because of it. I'm like, all right, tards. Either way, next up, we got Speaker Mike Johnson on Trump's AI No Kings response video. He posted AI, and now everyone says that President Trump wants to kill his political opponents. But first, I want to give you a huge shout out to Ramsey. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Ramsey. Thank you so much. It says, be good to the Jeff that's good to you. Like, share, and repost. Thank you, Ramsey. Really appreciate it. All right, like I said, Speaker Mike Johnson talking to the press like a bunch of children because they act like a bunch of dumb babies. Go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get into this.
Speaker Johnson, you say that the Democrats had a Hate America rally, but what does it say that the President of the United States over the weekend released a video of him pooping on the American people?
The President uses social media to make the point. You can argue he's probably the most effective person who's ever used social media for that. He is using satire to make a point. He is not calling for the murder of his political opponents, and that's what these people are doing. I mean, they're in one of these photos. I think there's a picture of the president hanging in effigy by a noose on one of these, the one on the far end. I mean, it's it's unconscionable. Look, America is built on the idea of free speech. You have the right to protest. Of course, we jealously guard that. I mean, Chip and I are attorneys. We've defended that right in the courts. But what they're doing right now is different. They are trying to incite violence. It's not funny. You don't mock a president who has already had 2 failed assassination attempts on his life. This is not a game. And the idea that communists would be supporting this is unconscionable to us. Look, when we give tours of the House chamber, and we bring in constituents, and we point out all the historical facts and images around the building, I always start with "In God We Trust," which of course is right above the rostrum of the speaker's podium. And if you look in the visitor's guide to the House chamber, it says on page 14, when was that put there? Well, it's put there in the early 60s, 1961, as I recall. And it says in the guide that it was put there, Congress voted to put that there as a rebuke to the Cold War era Soviets. Why? Because their philosophy, that's what it says, a rebuke to their philosophy. Their philosophy was Marxism. Marxism begins with the premise that there is no God. It is antithetical to who we are as Americans. The Declaration of Independence says we're created by God and He's the one that gave us our rights. It is in God whom we trust. That is the national motto. That's what America's built on. What those people are advocating for is at its essence un-American. And when they go the next step and they call for violence on political officials in an environment that is already a heightened threat environment, it's dangerous stuff. They had the right to do it. Congratulations, they didn't burn any buildings down. That's a big achievement for the left, to have some kind of gathering where they don't have a loot-in and riots and burn a building down. There was, I think, some in Portland, they threw bottles and bricks and stuff at the ICE facility because that's what they do for fun now out there. But, they had a free speech event. Congratulations. But you need to look past that and look at what it is they're advocating for openly, and it's really scary stuff.
Okay, so like I said, Speaker Mike Johnson explaining the difference between using AI videos to troll versus making outright threats and telling people to go and do bad things, right? Because lefties, like a big thing lefties scream right now is that they need to go and kill billionaires, and that's going to do something. And I don't understand what it does. Like, I don't know what, like, extra taxes on billionaires or smoking a billionaire, I don't understand how that makes anybody's life better. I just don't. And the lefties bitch about it all the time. And they're like, oh, I wish somebody'd go out here and do bad things to these billionaires. Why? How does that pay your bills? How does it make your life better? Why would it make you happier? What does it do for you? How does it improve any of our lives? And they always act like, oh, the money goes back to the public. Oh yeah, the billionaires don't have kids. They're not married. They don't have wills where this money is going to be relocated to somebody else who's connected. It doesn't just pour back into the system. Like, they're so brain dead. I just don't understand anything they say. Either way, this is the video that President Trump posted that made the lefties feel that he wants to kill his political opponents. Big and scary.
Nobody can do that like me.
That's right. That's right. Anyways, that specifically is the video, and I played it from President Trump's account, that the lefties think is a threat to his political opponents. They think that King Trump is going to get in a jet and drop shit on all the lefties. Like, they'd love it. I don't understand why they think he would even do that. He'd be giving them what they want. They would love that. Either way, next up we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Eagle and is titled Lip Syncing. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about these 3 Trump videos we just played. First one, first one is President Trump responding to the No Kings protest, saying that they all look whacked out, the protesters. and that it was all paid for by Soros and people like him, and saying that it all together looks like a joke. And then Speaker Mike Johnson having to explain to the press the difference between lefties inciting violence and Trump using AI videos to troll and make fun of stupid problems happening in the country. And then we played the video itself. Like I said, midlife break coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. Russell, a poo sandwich. See, they love it out there. 10-man. Trump needs to come out and say, I made liberals my bitch. I'd love that. Yeah, I mean, we can only vote so hard. You know, we've already voted for him, but people would love that. Russell, I think Speaker is doing a good job. He's grown on me. I think he's all right. I can tolerate listening to him, unlike most of the Democrats, but I don't really trust him. He kept saying he was going to stop the federal judges from standing in the way of everything that President Trump does, and then turn around and did nothing about it. The Supreme Court ruled on the situation, but Speaker Mike Johnson was saying that they could pull those judges down if they don't stop interfering with the president's agenda. And then turn around and he didn't do anything about it. So that makes me not trust him, but at least I could tolerate listening to him talk. Happy freedom to you, Butterfly, if I can get you already. Otters, that would make Barron an actual prince. That's right. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. Totally care shit happens. It does. Pumpkin, billionaires are lucky. Why hate them? I don't understand it, because I feel like if a lefty was a billionaire, they wouldn't be doing anything different. They'd be doing the same shit that all the rest of the billionaires are doing. The point is in America, you have an opportunity to become a billionaire. That's the point. And they're missing the entire point. And they're like, we shouldn't have billionaires. And I'm like, you're just saying that because you're not trying to be a billionaire. If you were trying to be a billionaire, you'd be fucking stoked that you're in America. You might actually become a billionaire here if you try. And like, I don't know. They're just so stupid. Tony Rez talking about it's weird that Trump hasn't addressed the ceasefire between Gaza and Israel falling apart. Yeah, everything I see relating to Gaza and Israel and the fact that they're still like killing each other and shit, but they're supposed to have a ceasefire. I swear I saw a clip of Trump earlier today mentioning it, and it might have been when he was with the Australian Prime Minister, but he just kind of gave a generic remark. He was just like, yeah, ceasefire's still going. Like, he didn't really say anything about why it looks like shit and what's the potential chance of it all falling apart, but we'll see. Meta, there's Klaus Pettum. He's been hiding. Klaus Damus. Yes, the big booty. The big booty. Yes. It's 8 o'clock. He's got to get that nap in before it's fancy feast time. Rich, the billionaires have lots of businesses that the people work at. Yeah. I just don't I don't know where they get that from, and I must not watch enough Blue News to be told what I'm supposed to be mad at, because these jokers don't even know what they're supposed to be mad at. They don't know why they're supposed to be mad at what they're mad at. They're just mad because they were told so. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom. Salty Alien, the pooping video is great. They're huge fans. What's up, Crusader? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rez guessing that he's pissed at Israel, so he's not saying anything yet. That's what I kind of think too. All right, hooligans. Moving forward, like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. Let me get this video pulled up real quick. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, If you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, go to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Also, like I said, we get 200 hooligans over on Rumble. We're going to eat another spicy pepper or chip, so keep that in mind. We need more hooligans over on Rumble. Either way, getting into our midlife break here. This was provided by Eagle, and it's titled Lip Syncing.
I hate you guys for some of the things you tag me in. I'm going to warn you right now, I can't read some of these comments out loud. Just speaking in tongues. It's just a pressure valve issue. They put them Ford Ranger mud flaps on anything. She was singing or doing it. It's a little windy south of the border. I'm just gonna let you read this one. The path of least resistance. God, lip syncing.
It's a little lip syncing. That's what happens when you stand in front of the fan. Either way, get back into the news here. Next up, we have Supreme Court to consider whether illegal drug users can own guns. I don't even know why they're bringing this up. Yeah, they can have guns. Like, what a waste of time for the Supreme Court. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The Supreme Court agreed to take a case over whether a federal law banning illegal drug users from owning guns violates the Second Amendment. The case the High Court will hear is an appeal from the Justice Department seeking to uphold USC 922G3, which bans anyone who is a, quote, unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance from owning a firearm. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit found it violated the Second Amendment's right for people to bear arms. The law was the basis for one of 3 gun charges against Hunter Biden, son of former President Joe Biden, who was found guilty by a jury last year. The Supreme Court's decision to hear the case marks the second major gun case the justices have decided to take up this term. The court agreed to hear a challenge to a Hawaii law that severely restricts where handgun owners may carry their weapons, taking up the case Walford v. Lopez. The Supreme Court has yet to schedule oral arguments for either case, but both cases are expected to be argued before the justices sometime between January and April of 2026.
I don't know. I don't really understand it. I watched that video like 11 times. I don't know if they're talking about, like, if you've been prosecuted for illegal drug use, are you going to lose your gun rights? Or if you're just somebody that's out here using drugs. Because if you're just out here using drugs, and how does anybody know you're out here using drugs to come and take your rights away? That, I don't know. I don't get it, but it sounds like a waste of time to me. Either way, next up we got hunting stand found with within line of sight of Air Force One. Now, they don't know if this hunting stand is just a hunting stand or if it was put there for nefarious purposes. Like maybe they want to do bad things to President Trump. It's coming up next, but first, let's hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Supreme Court looking into whether illegal drug users should be able to own guns or not. Ghostly, it needs to be overturned, but the law as it stands makes it clear that you can't. Is it if you've been convicted of illegal drug use? Is that what it is? Here, juicer, do you use illegal drugs? No. Do you own illegal firearms? No. Yeah, like, you won the battle right there. Ghostly, if you have a medical weed card, you can get a charge for lying on the form to buy a pistol. Yeah. I've heard of that stuff. When it happened here, there wasn't an electronic system. Because I used to have a weed card and all that shit. I did for years. And eventually the system went electronic, but at the same time it went electronic, we got legal weed here for 21 or older. We got medicinal weed. And so there's no point in paying $350 a year every other year for a weed card if you can just be 21 and go buy weed. So I never renewed my card. And then I heard about that kind of stuff happening, and I contacted the company that handled my weed card and was like, do I need to do special things or whatever? And they were like, we just looked up your name and you're not even in the file. So the last time you renewed must have been before the system was electronic. And I was like, well, this is the last time I had to deal with it. And they were like, yeah, you're not even in the system. We can't even tell that you've ever had a weed card. I'm like, cool. And then I hung up because that's all I needed to know. So yeah, that is bullshit, and it shouldn't be that way. There's some standing stuff here in Michigan that's like that too, where if you grow weed, you're not supposed to have guns because guns and weed don't go together. And so a lot of people who grow in Michigan, who have legal grow and all that, they don't know what to do with their guns because it's their house. Like, what are they supposed to do with their guns? But according to law, the guns ain't supposed to be in the house. And it's like, well, what do? You buy a second property for your guns? It's pretty American of you, but who could afford that? Go see if you buy a pistol and read the form, it asks if you use drugs. If you make a TikTok doing drugs, the ATF could legally raid you. Yeah, I could see that. Here, Jesus, we gotta eat those Reapers before they go bad. Sounds like we're gonna be eating Reapers in the voice chat. You hooligans should go and get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can join us in the voice chat and watch me and Hair Juicer melt our faces off with hot peppers. Otters, you can go buy guns as an alcoholic. Yep. Pumpkin, just say no. Yep. That's the right answer. Just say no. Otters with the tiggle bitties. That's the best. Butterfly, cocaine, guns, and titties. Nah, I don't know anything about cocaine, but I like guns and titties. Otters, everyone should have rights, like the right for a public defender. A public defender, it depends what kind of public defender. The Taurus kind, get that kind of defender. Those things are awesome. I don't know what to think, because I don't feel like pedophiles deserve to have guns. I don't think they should deserve anything at all. They don't deserve the air in their lungs. But people who get in trouble for drugs, I don't think that they should deserve to have their gun rights revoked. Just, I don't know. You know, seems like you should have to do a violent crime or something like that in order to have your gun rights revoked. Told care those Tylenol users better not have guns. No. I heard Jimmy wants to buy a gun. Yeah, well, I know Jimmy's mom, and she took lots of Tylenol when she was pregnant. He don't need no gun. Life is hard. What's up, Neon Love Machine? Happy freedom to you. Controlled substance, pain meds prescribed by a doctor are controlled. How many judges take narco or Valium or Xanax? Yeah. Well, and judges are considered special people, so they're not held to the same laws that we are when it comes to gun laws, which is stupid, but it's the way it is. Rich, Minnesota, you can have a weed card and you can't have a concealed carry license. Yeah, they did that here in Michigan too. Yep. Oh, that's probably what it was. I was probably getting my concealed carry, and I had to see if the weed card stuff was going to affect me because I didn't have it anymore, and I'm not in the system. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's stupid. It's stupid that your state can sell you weed legally, but somehow that overrules your gun rights. Like, it's fucking dumb. They need to do something about that. What's up, Terry? Happy freedom. Trump is sending in troops into Portland because he won the court battle. That's cool. What's up, Dork? Happy freedom. What's up, Goodwin? Happy freedom to you. Dork, never taken drugs or drank all my life. I won't start now. Rather keep myself clean. Yep, ain't nothing wrong with that. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom. Judges are higher than the president. Yeah, here in America, it definitely seems that way. Ghostly. People who harm kids should have their human rights stripped away. Everyone else should be mandated by law to own and carry a gun, and armed society is a polite society. I agree. I think it should be like a driver's license. It's like, you got a gun? You got your ID? Yeah. You got a gun? Nope. Put your hands behind your back. That's how it goes. I don't know. Fun stuff. Either way. Like I said, next up we got hunting stand found within line of sight of Air Force One. Now again, they don't know if this was a bad thing or not. They just happened to find this hunting stand, and rather be safe than sorry. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The FBI, by the way, is now investigating a hunting stand circled there, found near Palm Beach Airport with a direct line of sight to President Trump's Air Force One exit area.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the details. Maddie, was it built there to go hunting or for other reasons?
That's what investigators are looking into right now, Ainsley. A spokesperson for the Secret Service says agents found the hunting stand while doing advanced security preparations ahead of President Trump's arrival in West Palm Beach on Friday. FBI Director Kash Patel saying no individuals were located at the scene and that the FBI has since taken the investigatory lead, flying in resources to collect all evidence from the scene and deploying our cell phone analytics capabilities. The discovery prompted the president's team to make more security measures at Palm Beach International Airport, and that's why we saw the president walking up Air Force One using the small stairs on Sunday as he made his way back to D.C. A law enforcement source tells Fox News Digital the hunting stand appears to have been set up months ago across the street from the airport. You see it there in the trees. A Secret Service spokesman saying while we are not able to provide details about the specific items or their intent, this incident underscores the importance of our layered security measures. President Trump's security came under scrutiny last year after 2 attempted assassinations. Just last month, Ryan Ruth was found guilty of trying to assassinate President Trump as he hid along the tree line of the president's golf club in West Palm Beach. Coming up later this morning, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino will be appearing in the show to talk about the hunting stand and the latest in the investigation. So we'll perhaps know more about that question that you asked earlier, Ainsley. Back to you guys.
Thanks. And by the way, what a discovery. Whoever discovered that.
Thank goodness.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
Okay. So like I said, it sounds like they're just being safe than sorry. They haven't found anything significant yet. I've watched 2 videos talking about that, and it says they're collecting evidence, but they don't know whose hunting blind it is or whatever it is. A tree stand. They don't know who owns it. They didn't see anyone there. They're collecting evidence, but that could be anything. It could be literally anything on the ground or in the stand or whatever. So they don't know anything about it, but it just seems like they're taking precaution. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $2 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much. It says, like the stream, you lazy cock goblin, pickle in the ass, limp-wristed, pansy left, turd burglaring, bath salt using commie tard. You probably kiss Harry Season. Anyways, thank you, Ramsey. So yes, next up we have prosecutors suggest that they may move to disqualify James Comey's attorney, saying it's a conflict of interest. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this tree blind or this tree stand being found within sight of Air Force One. Once again, they're saying the Secret Service found a tree hunting stand in sight where Trump boards Air Force One. They say it looks like it's been there for months. Kash Patel says that they're collecting evidence. They're using cell phone analytics technology. FBI is now in control of the investigation. Like I said, we got an update on Comey's situation coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. Here, Juicer, who doesn't hunt near an airport in Palm Beach? I know, and they were speaking about it really nonchalant, and I was like, is that a hunting area? Like, I don't live anywhere near the state. I live a 24-hour drive away from there, so I have no idea. And they're like, well, it could be just a tree blind, a tree stand, and it's like, is it in a hunting area or is it near the mall? Like, I'm trying to figure out where this is located. Ghostly, don't think you can legally hunt that close to an airport. Yeah, they should tear it down. User is for snipe hunting. You might be right, user. You might be right. Patriot Ed, let's underscore, he had to take the short stairs because of a threat, not because he couldn't make it. Yeah, but the lefties, all they saw was short stairs from their short bus. What's up, Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Oh, great, the FBI's all over it. Yeah. Just like at the Pennsylvania rally out in Butler, Pennsylvania. They were all over it. Totally care. I don't think there's any deer by the airport. I think you're right. Toast, the stand's in a no hunting area. Yep, then it's probably more likely that some bad guys are doing it. What's up, JF? Happy freedom. The deer near Palm Beach are probably key deer, maybe 90 pounds full grown. That's so crazy. I've been hearing that the deer up here in Michigan are way bigger than they are like in other places of the country. And I don't really know why that is. But I know when my Subaru kisses one, they're heavy. They are heavy. Pumpkin probably hunting wild chickens at the airport between flights? Probably. That's probably what was going on. Tory Wayne, northern deer are highly sought after. You guys can have my share. I don't like them. Tory Wayne, they fatten for the winter. Yep, big fat fuckers jumping out in front of my Subaru. Ramsey, it's on Pam Bondi's desk. She'll be right on it. Yep. Should be on her desk, all right. Getting her back blown out. What's up, Bibsy? Happy freedom. Meta, better safe than sorry. Yeah, I agree. Bibsy, maybe hunting iguanas. It could be. They have a big iguana problem down there. Master Door. Oh, you live in Portland? Are you excited to see it get cleaned up? Hopefully they actually clean it up. What's up, D Mary? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Motorsport? Happy freedom to you. No way, my daughter lives in Florida. No hunting there. Yeah. Well, they better figure out who owns the tree stand, or at least who put it together. D Mary Redacted said that it was a no hunting zone. Thank you for letting me know. Jeffrey Allen just found out that Glocks are going to be discontinued in November. I don't think it's all Glocks. I Googled it, and they say it's something strategic. I don't think Glock's going away. It may be like what iPhone does. They got a new iPhone coming out, so they release updates for the old iPhones that makes them run like shit. And then they put the new iPhone out, and they're like, oh, go buy the new iPhone. And you're like, I don't want it. They're like, yeah, okay. And then after a month, your phone doesn't hardly fucking work anymore. And you're like, maybe I should get the new iPhone. That's... When I Googled Glock being discontinued, that's basically what they were saying. Is that certain models of Glocks are going to be discontinued, but it's being done for strategic reasons. Anyways, next up we got prosecutors suggest that they may move to disqualify James Comey's attorney. We're going to play some political theater here. I don't think anything's going to happen to Comey, but, I could be wrong. That's always a possibility, I guess. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
And federal prosecutors in James Comey's criminal case are suggesting they may move to disqualify the former FBI director's lead attorney. In the new filing, prosecutors say Patrick Fitzgerald may have a conflict of interest that would warrant his removal. ABC News Justice Department reporter Alex Mallon has more on that story. So, Alex, what are you learning about this possible conflict of interest?
Yeah, so Comey's attorney is Patrick Fitzgerald. He's a high-powered, white-collar defense attorney, also a former top DOJ official. He brought some really high-profile prosecutions. But prosecutors are essentially alleging in this filing that he was involved in what happened in 2017 after James Comey was fired by President Trump, in which Comey relayed a series of memos about his interactions with Trump to several reporters, including at the New York Times. They say that because Fitzgerald was involved with that, he should be conflicted out of serving as Comey's lead defense attorney in this case, which involves Comey's alleged lies to the Senate Judiciary Committee in 2020 about a different set of disclosures that he gave to a professor named Daniel Richman. It's kind of complicated, but they say because these disclosures to Fitzgerald took place around the same time as his alleged disclosures to Richman, that should warrant him being removed from the case. I expect, that we'll see Fitzgerald respond to this. This is about a request to the judge overseeing Comey's case to make available a subset of evidence that's currently under quarantine because it involves Comey's interactions with several of his attorneys. And Comey's attorneys have been really critical of the government by bringing this issue up because they say that this is something that should have been done well before they brought this indictment, and they relate this to their overall concerns about this case being brought in a very rushed manner, again, by President Trump's handpicked U.S. attorney to lead that office, Lindsay Halligan.
Okay, so quick little update there on Comey. And like I said, I don't think anything's going to happen, but we're going to see if his attorney gets disqualified. They're saying that there could be a conflict of interest and that this should have been brought up earlier on in the whole process than right now. But we'll see how serious about all this they are. We'll get right into this next video. This next one is Hegseth announces another Caribbean strike and threatens to treat terrorists like Al-Qaeda. And I don't understand what that statement means. I like Pete Hegseth, but when you're like, we're going to treat terrorists like terrorists. Good. Do that. Do that. I don't know how the fuck you were treating the terrorists before you started treating them like terrorists, but that sounds like a plan. Go ahead and do that, bud. Like, go do the thing. I don't know. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, about this horror podcast called EATI, which stands for Experimental Alien Technology Institution. This is a found footage audio drama. Each episode is a standalone tape from a secret organization's case file. They investigate things that they simply can't explain. What you're hearing is a first-person recording of a mystery that defies both logic and reality itself. If you love cosmic horror and the terrifying ambiguity of H.P. Lovecraft and the sheer raw terror of the found footage genre, then EATI is your next obsession. It's built for headphone listening to deliver a truly immersive handheld camera experience. Every episode is a unique nightmare that will make you question what's real and what's lurking just beyond your sight. You can listen right now on Spotify, iTunes, Rumble, Buzzsprout, and all major platforms. And drop this in the chat really quick. And like I said, we got some more drug boats getting taken out next. What's up, CJ? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teddy? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. There's the links. Go check out Alistair's podcast, the horror thing. It's fucking cool. Go check it out. All right, like I said, next up we got Pete Hegseth announces another Caribbean strike and threatens to treat terrorists like terrorists. And then I got a little side note attached to this video from what other people are saying about the whole situation. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
3 people were killed in what is now the 7th U.S. military strike on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean. The Secretary of Defense said the vessel was linked to a narco-trafficking group from Colombia. He warned such groups will be, quote, hunted and killed just like Al-Qaeda. I want to bring in CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson. Ellie, what more do we know about this latest operation?
Well, the Defense Secretary over the weekend announced that this operation happened on Friday and said 3 male individuals were killed, bringing the total number of people killed over the past month and a half to at least 32 people. According to the Secretary, the 3 individuals in this latest strike were part of the National Liberation Army, or ELN, a guerrilla group out of Colombia that also operates in Venezuela. As you mentioned, Vlad, the Secretary again equated, as he has done in the past, groups like this to Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group that killed nearly 3,000 people on 9/11. After 9/11, of course, though, Congress approved the use of military force to go after Al-Qaeda and related terrorist groups. But so far in this conflict, Congress has not authorized striking cartels.
You also, Ellie, reported last week on that first strike that actually had known survivors. What more have we learned about those individuals?
Yeah, over the weekend, we learned that the 2 survivors from that strike on Thursday were repatriated to their home countries of Colombia and Ecuador, not Venezuela. The massing of forces in the Caribbean and the strikes in the Caribbean have appeared to be part of a pressure campaign on Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela, but we're now learning that the strikes are more expansive, targeting not just alleged drug smugglers out of Venezuela. Over the weekend, we also heard from the Colombian president, who said that an earlier strike in September actually killed a fisherman, not an alleged drug smuggler. The President Trump, shortly after that, vowed to impose tariffs and cut off aid from Colombia, injecting even more tensions into an already tense region in the Caribbean.
Yeah, and sort of the thing that you'd want to avoid, which is these extrajudicial attacks where you have errors like a fisherman who loses their life. Ellie Watson reporting for us from Washington. Ellie, always great to have you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, we're out there doing the thing with the drug boats here. But what they didn't mention in the video is that the Colombian leader, whatever his name is, Maduro, or maybe that's Venezuela, I don't know. The leader of Colombia is telling people that those are not drug boats. Those are fishermen. And so now the lefties are crying about that. They're saying, oh, Trump's not even taking out drug dealers and drug traffickers. He's just out here smoking the fishermen. Like the lefties give a shit about the fishermen. They're saying that 3 people have been killed in the 7th drug boat strike. Pete Hegseth saying they'll be hunted and killed just like Al-Qaeda. Total 32 drug traffickers killed so far. Follow up on the survivors of the last drug boat incident that we had covered. Apparently they have been sent back to their home countries, which I don't understand that, but okay, you want to blow them up but you didn't want to put them in jail. Send them home and catch them next time they're in the boat, I guess. I don't know. Then in other videos, like I said, the leader of Colombia is saying that those were not drug boats, those are fishermen that were blowing out of the water there. And now the lefties get to talk about those people, like the poor father from Maryland, who's actually a MS-13 woman beating, human trafficking piece of shit. But they'll go ahead and cry for these drug boat runners as well. Next up, women are being randomly attacked in Chicago. This is a crazy story. It's coming up next, but first we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about our 7th drug boat strike. Tony Rez out there fishing for crackheads. Yeah, exactly. Patriot Dad, I'll take one fisherman over hundreds of drug addicts, addicted Americans on a path to death. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure that we were monitoring situations before we expended ammo on them. I don't think we're taking out fishermen. I just don't. Like, I just don't. And if we were taking out fishermen, the government would just tell us. The news will just play it. Nah, I don't think so. If they were smoking fishermen, they'd be like, oh, don't let the public find out about that. We'll keep trying. Like, I don't think they would admit to wrongdoing. When have you heard our government actually doing that? We fucked up and we're real sorry. I ain't never heard the government do that, and we've been covering this shit a long time. What's up, Bones? Happy Freedom. Don't fish out of rocket boats. Yeah. Don't use the drug boats and we won't blow you out of the water. It's that simple. Otters casualty of war. Yeah, well, yeah, and that's another thing. If they're in drug boat waters and they know we're blowing that shit out of the water, if they were a fisherman, they're dumb for fishing there. Otters 32 is not enough. They're not getting the message. Sled Hawk, I can't even say that out loud. I'm sitting here struggling trying to read it in my head. Too old to carry fishing boats with no poles or nets. That's right. No worms or anything. T1, them fishing boats go that fast. Them are drug boats. Yeah, exactly. Meta, well, it sends a message. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, thank you, Meta. What's up, Master Voltaire? Happy Freedom. Fisherman my ass. I know that's what everybody's saying. Rich, what are you fishing for when you're in a submarine? That's a great question. Yeah, because the last one we took down was a submersible. It was some aquatic vessel. CJ, I got stung by a Texas red wasp while live 2 weeks ago. Somehow got inside my shirt when I was fishing and stung me below my shoulder on my arm. It hurt like a fucker. My arm was bruised for 4 to 5 days afterwards. Yeah, that's rough stuff. I've never seen a red wasp. They sound like bastards, like all the damn wasps. There's no reason why we have wasps. What do they do? What do they provide? What's up, Techno? Happy freedom to you. Guess they don't know about the international waters rules. Fair game. Yeah, the leader of Colombia is calling America murderers. No, we're murdering fishermen. And the lefties are finding out that that's being said. What's up, Mr. Bill? Happy freedom. Neon Love Machine, not a single fishing pole. Yeah, they're not going to prove it. Words are enough for the lefties. Mr. Bill, thank you for joining us over on Rumble. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, this next one's a pretty crazy story, too. Women are being randomly attacked in Chicago. Now, that's nice and vague. We already know that. These goofballs are being called loop punchers. And I don't know who created that phrase. That phrase sounds dumb as shit to me. But if you're a loop puncher, it means you're going to randomly punch people in public randomly. Now, in this instance, apparently it's women being attacked. The biggest and ugliest of dudes are wandering around and just striking women in the face whenever they feel like it, because they feel like it. They don't have to be prompted in any reason or way, and they're catching haymakers. On top of that, they have cashless bail in Chicago. So these guys are not only throwing haymakers at women who are not ready to be punched in the face, but then they get to go back out on the streets to do it again. And it just keeps happening over and over. It's a problem. If you're a female, get a gun and then move out of Chicago. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Governor J.B. Pritzker keeps sparring with President Trump over Chicago, insisting there's no crime emergency in the Windy City. But the streets, they may tell a different story.
Yeah, so there's a disturbing trend of women being randomly attacked by career criminals dubbed the loop punchers, with a growing list now of victims. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has the very latest on what's going on in Chicago. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Charla. So as we know, the Loop is one of Chicago's most iconic areas, but lately it's become known for something else, and that is where women are getting decked in the face randomly by career criminals with more mugshots than fingers.
As soon as I did, he hit me in the back of my head with a fist.
Chicago police say Derek Rucker, known as a loop puncher, has been terrorizing women across the city, randomly attacking them on trains and on the street. Yet despite a long history of violence, Rucker has continuously walked free.
On his latest arrest, he had been out twice already on pretrial release.
It's yet another example of Illinois' cashless bail experiment backfiring, a policy so reckless it now has its own defenders looking over their shoulders. Cook County's chief judge, Timothy Evans, one of the loudest cheerleaders for so-called bail reform, reportedly sent a memo to courthouse staff, warning them to be on the lookout for Derek Rucker, along with another perp known for hitting women in public.
He is, basically saying, hey, watch out for this guy. But really what he should have been doing is making sure that he's locked up.
Police records show Rucker has racked up more than 20 arrests in just the past 7 years. Yet somehow, this 6'5", 250-pound crime spree was turned loose again and again. The result? Predictable. On September 21st, Rucker spits in a woman's face while riding southbound on a Chicago train. On September 30th, he sucker punches a woman in the head who was on a train platform. Rucker is arrested but allowed out on pretrial release. On October 8th, he spits in another female passenger's face while aboard a different city train. And on October 9th, he punches a woman crossing the street, causing her to slam into a support beam. Kathleen Miles, a grandmother of 7, was attacked back in August on her way home from work, blindsided by yet another career criminal with a lengthy track record of targeting women. The assault left her with a battered face and a haunting question.
What's wrong with our system? No one is held accountable for their actions. I just don't feel safe. I don't feel as much joy and happiness as I did in the past walking through Chicago.
Mark Charlotte, Derek Rucker has finally been detained. He's facing 6 counts of aggravated battery in addition to the charges he was let out on previously. But here's the inconvenient truth that cashless bail supporters won't admit. Violent offenders like Rucker will end up in jail before their trial begins. It's only a matter of time. It just means that they are given the opportunity to amass more victims in the process. So eliminating bail doesn't make the system fairer, as progressives allege, but what it does do is it gives more of these opportunities for the Derek Ruckers of Chicago to prove exactly why they belong behind bars.
Yeah, more opportunities for more mugshots. That guy had a plethora of them.
You'd think at some point that'd be enough.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Chicago. All
Thanks,
right.
Jason.
Thanks.
Okay, so like I said, Chicago sucks. It sucks out there. Life's hard enough. You gotta worry about being punched in the face. I wouldn't want those damn problems. I wouldn't be here right now. There'd be no fucking way. The smile on my face if somebody punched me in the fucking face. Holy. Either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It is Lefties Losing It, and today it's titled Awful and Dumb, Ugliness of No Kings Protesters Called Out. But first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these assholes in Chicago that are just punching women in the face. They're talking about this one guy that they're referring to as a loop puncher criminal. A loop puncher is a person that randomly attacks women in public, I guess. I don't know how they came up with that phrasing. This particular guy has been arrested 20 times in the last 7 years, and they keep letting him out on cashless bail. Cook County Chief Judge wrote a message to the courthouse staff saying that they better be careful because this guy is out in the public instead of prosecuting this guy and getting him off the streets. He's currently being detained for 6 counts of aggravated battery, which I'm pretty sure those are felonies. And then he's still facing the prior charges that he was originally getting picked up for in the first place. Then they also mention another similar incident that I think we covered in the past, who's also a loop puncher, and he also keeps getting released. So I don't know, Chicago will keep getting what they're asking for. They enforce the laws. That's all you gotta do is enforce the laws. Stop letting the bad guys out. It's real simple. Like I said, Lefties Losing It coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Chicago. What's up, Zero? Happy Freedom. Zero, you guys won by default? Well, a win is a win. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much. Says, I've actually done this in Houston. Sad time in my life. I had protection from PD and was using a lot of drugs. Dems empower evil. I know I was evil. Well, thank you, Ramsey. Yeah, I don't know. They could clean this problem up, but they'd rather perpetuate it. It's like what goes on in Portland. It's like they could arrest those guys. They could get those guys off the street instead of sitting there watching them destroy property and make threats and, all the stuff they do. It's like, but they don't want to fix the problem. They want to keep the problem going. Gives them something to campaign off of. It gives them reason to get government money to try and help with these programs where like 40% of the income just goes right in their pocket, if not more than that, and they just keep it all going. As long as they got problems, there's problems to fix, and that's their job as elected officials, is they're there to fix the problems, or at least that's how it's all become painted out to be. And a lot of these places need reform. They need new leadership. It's not that they need more laws. They need people to enforce the laws. They need people to prosecute. They need judges to hand down sentences. They need leadership reform. Bones, put them in a loophole. Yeah, exactly. Paid your dad loop sissies. They are. I don't know where they got that name from. Neon, who's paying up to punch people? I don't know. It just sounds like mental illness to me. Tony Rez goes to show that voting matters. Yeah, I agree. Neon. I saw a guy go into jail for 4 pounds of pre-bagged meth. He was out in an hour. That's crazy. Yeah, here they kind of crack down on drug use, but pedophiles, they like never go to jail. They get house arrests and stuff like that. And I think it's because they worry about what'll happen in jail. But if you're worrying about what pedophiles are doing, like, you're as bad as they are. So I don't know. There's a big problem with that around here. They just let pedophiles out. Like, if you can access the Ludington Daily newspaper or whatever they got there in Ludington, almost every time they make a newspaper, they release a fucking thing for the day, is full of pedophiles that all got arrested, all had arraignments and shit in court, and then look at their sentencing. And it's like probation, community service, fines, fees, restitution. That's it. They never go to jail. They never go to prison. Nothing. And half the time they don't even make them register as sex offenders. They're just sex offenders. You just find out if you come across them. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like anything about that, but I can't change it. Be safe out there, Zero. Drive safe. Well, thank you, Meta. I appreciate it. Yeah, we have a lot of news today. We're getting through it, though. What's up, James? Happy freedom to you. Master Voltaire, Chicago needs a Batman. No, 100 Batmen? Yeah, they do. What happened to what was going on in New York? The something angels or the guardian angels? What happened to that? They were doing all this declaration on the news talking about they were going to start cleaning up the subways. I have not heard one instance where the guardian angels did anything recently in the New York subway or anywhere else. I know that the guy leading that stuff, he's running for governor, something like that, mayor, one or the other in New York, but we covered a couple videos where they were like, we're going to clean up the subway. And then they didn't do anything. It's like, well, if they would have actually done something, they need that kind of energy over in Chicago. They need some good guys out there. What's up, Knucking Futz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom to you. Master Dork, how is your cat? He's good. He's big. He's a big boy. Yes. In February, he's going to be a 4-year-old Klaus. What's up, JD? Happy freedom to you. Master Dork, the judge that let them go free should be held accountable and jailed. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Hey, thanks for being here, Larry. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ramsey, live stream it. What are we live streaming? Oh, yeah. I wish we could live stream that. There was something, people that were like setting up pedophiles to get busted, kind of like some Chris Hansen stuff. They were like texting pedophiles and pretending to be minors and all this, and then they catch them on camera, and I don't know what they would do, whoop their ass or call the police or whatever they would do. And YouTube demonetized them, and then I think it ultimately deleted their channel, saying that hunting pedophiles was against community guidelines or something. I don't know. YouTube's a horrible place. Either way, like I said, we got the last little bit of the news coming up. It is lefties losing it. It's titled Awful and Dumb. Ugliness of No King's Protest Called Out. And like I said, we got the fun stuff coming up next. We are going to be doing an unboxing. We got the advent calendar. We got the funny videos. We're doing all the things. You know, we're doing the things and the stuff. It's coming up next. But first, let's make it through lefties losing it. She looks like she just caught a whiff of Hyena Harris walking by. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And wowee, haven't the left given us abundant content? The mass tantrum of the No Kings protest is just an embarrassment of riches for this program, I've got to say. It really is. So much 24-karat gold that I'm not sure how I'm going to fit it all in, but we're going to give it a red-hot go. It's going to be a big week. But let's start, lefties, with an old favourite, and old being the key word there. Here is Nancy Pelosi losing it.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Oh, I love that little smile there from reporter Alison Steinberg. It just shows just how pampered the Democrats are. They are so used to softball questions from the media that any heat has them melting down like that, shrieking "shut up" to a reporter's face. Now, Nancy Pelosi tried to encourage sad Democrats everywhere to take part in the No Kings protest, and she tried to do that by breaking a crown.
We're going to tear up the crown.
Did you notice the jump shot there? That is two clips stuck together because she obviously had some issues tearing that crown apart. Now let's have a look at some of these protesters. Here is a deranged drongo calling for ICE agents to be murdered. I mean, what is it with the left and violence?
You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out.
Let's hear from this kind-hearted woman at the protest in DC. You know what? This is the ugly, ugly face of the modern left.
We need to get ourselves together, and we might even need to be a little bit meaner, because the Republicans don't mind being mean.
And by mean, what do you mean? Do you mean protesting? Do you mean...
Maybe we have to, I don't know, stop being so nice.
People on the other side are going to say that they feel like the Democrat Party has been mean. Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated,
Charlie Kirk is a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, you know, it's a terrible thing. No, Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead. Evil people have no place in my world. He was a hateful human being. It was disgusting, the things that he said and did.
I can guarantee you that she cannot name a single hateful thing that Charlie did or said, but there she is advocating for his murder, likening him to Hitler. And she thinks she's the nice one, the moral one. Doesn't even occur to her that she's just rationalised her own murder by what she said. These people are not just awful, they are dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And talking about awful and dumb, check out this No Kings protester mocking the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Hey! You ever heard of Ozempic, you fat ass?
You know, these protesters are straight from Central Casting. If they don't have blue hair and a septum ring, they are old lefty boomers with cognitive issues. That's why the right is mocking them. No one is triggered.
So I tell you what, these No Kings 2.0 protests have Republicans and MAGA straight up triggered.
Okay. Here we go. All right, I got you. Got me? Yep, I got you.
And that's why they should be mocked. They mock themselves with these antics.
There ain't no king, ain't no king in USA. Rising up, king,
Also worthy of mocking are the dim-witted celebrities who took part in this mass tantrum, including actor John Cusack, or Cusack, whatever his name is.
What is the story of Chicago?
Go to hell.
Is that the message from Chicago?
Yes. What's interesting is that he doesn't understand that all the labor rights around the world came from this town, this place. So if he thinks this place is going to be a fascist hub, no chance.
Embarrassing stuff. And let's have a look at a stage 4 TDS sufferer here. Full-time cringe merchant, George Conway.
Donald J., how many kids did you start today? Hey, Donald J., how many kids did you start today? Hey, okay, that's it. How many kids today? Use these?
If we examine the average age of these No King protesters, I wonder what we'll find. Not much racial diversity there, none at all from what I could see, and it wasn't much better in New York City. These people are a gift to the Trump administration. What normal person watches this and says, sign me up, I want to be a part of this lot? What are they doing? Glorifying Antifa. They're calling their own heroes essentially domestic terrorists, wearing masks outdoors. I mean, it's every stereotype. These democracy deniers make my job way too easy. And let's look at how President Donald Trump responded to this mass tantrum. He treated the No Kings nonsense with the disdain it richly deserves, posting this video of him in a crown in a King Trump fighter jet, poop bombing protesters. A funnier president, folks, nor a more impactful one, but funny too. And the VP is just as funny. JD Vance went on Blue Sky. That's the social media platform for the echo chamber dwelling lefties. And he posted this. Joining me now is President of the Center of the American Experiment, and he...
All right. That was lefties losing their marbles there. And like I said, that was the last little bit of the news. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We got an unboxing, and I think there's quite a few things in the box here. I'm not sure who sent me what yet, but we're going to figure it out. Like I said, we got an unboxing. Then we're going to be opening today's drawer of the Advent calendar sent by Cass. We got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Call the Ambulance, but not for me. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Donnie, and it's titled Day 1 as a Gynecologist. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. 10-man, my buddy just called me and asked if I had a good time yesterday. Oh, at Talladega, and it was a blast. That's badass, 10-man. It looks like a lot of fun. I want to give a huge shout out to Toast and to Live Review. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are badass. Thank you so much. Totally care. Jeff likes boxes. I do. I like boxes. Big fan of boxes. Patriot Dad, it's funny how poop on the sidewalk is triggering lefties now. Yeah. They don't know what to do. They wanted to free Palestine until Trump did, and now they don't know what to say about that. I'm telling you, he just needs to say that the air is good, and they'll stop breathing it. Yeah, Ghostly, I totally understand. Bill Clay, Trump should dress as a king for Halloween. That would be so hilarious. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let me see. I keep forgetting to tell you guys. I need to remind Rumblebot. We're talking about doing like a Halloween costume thing over on the voice chat next week. Not this upcoming Friday, but next Friday, because next Friday is Halloween. And so we have enough time to where if you guys want to participate, it's not a competition because I don't know how to vote. But if you guys would like to come join our hooligan Halloween outfit voice chat thing going on next Friday, like I said, go get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com and get your costume ready and all that, because on Halloween we're going to be together for the voice chat. You got to be prepared to dress up. You don't have to dress up, but it's the first time we're doing our first hooligan Halloween costume get together. We'll figure out a title for it, but either way, I need to start telling you guys about it, otherwise we're going to run out of time. But definitely consider joining us in the voice chat for Halloween, where we're going to dress up and make it a blast. Toast, water is love. Stop drinking water. That's exactly what they're going to say. Otter's AOC recently said, we need to make air more drinkable or something like that. She's an idiot. Cass, what are you talking about? Oh, I just saw what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know what it said. It did say there was like 70 of us over on Rumble. And now it just says 1. They're under a DDoS attack right now. What a Monday we're having. Well, we'll just keep doing the thing. Cass, Cat Dog, Handy News, they're all showing one streamer. Thank you for letting me know, Cass. Meta, where's Snooks? Snooks is modding on someone else's channel right now. She was mad at me earlier. Not everybody. Every hoo-ha in the world's been mad at me today. I don't know why. It's just the fucking day, I guess. I don't know. Cannot do anything right today, I guess. I'm being blamed for everything. Cass, fucking Mondays, I swear to God. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much for all this support. It says, please mock and stand against evil. Don't forget that God changes hearts. I was never a leftist. Oh, I was never a leftist, but I hurt people. Pray for the leftists. Their brains don't work. Like the stream, you tard. Thank you so much, Ramsey. Really appreciate you. What's up, Day9? Happy freedom. Thought you canned me. What? No? Why? What'd you do? What'd you do, Day9? What did you do? Jeff, I'm not mad at you. Well, I appreciate it, Jeff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but today I'm just like making everybody mad. I'm not trying to. I feel fairly normal, but I guess I'm being aggressive today, and I'm not trying to be. Hey, thank you for being here, CJ. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, I know, Cass. I appreciate you. Neon Rumble as fuck the other night. I don't know why. A lot of times they'll post on X that they're being attacked like big time, and they can track where the attacks are coming from. It almost feels like other governments are doing it, but you never know. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Ramsey. Thank you so much. Because I'm not mad at you. Thank you, Ramsey. Goes like, fuck you, Jeff. I know. That's been the theme all day. What's up, Guessum? Why are you over here, Guessum? Russell's not even in the chat. I don't know what you're scared of, Guessum. Jagula, happy freedom. Jobs are racist. I know. Them racist jobs. Corey Luca, JDV playing some. What is this? A7X? Cheek. Oh, check out their music. I'll check it out. I thought you said cheek out. I was like, they got their cheekers out. I'll still check them out even though they ain't got the cheekers out. Master Dork, he's a cute cat. I love cats. Klaus Daniels is a good boy. He's the best cat I've ever had. He's huge though. It's almost a 20-pounder flounder. What are you snorting at me about? He's like, it's 9:07 and still no fancy feast. Here I starve on my tower in front of the world. Sorry about you being mean today. I know, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just happening. Plasquack, hail to the King Trump. The MAGA King. That was the only good thing Biden did. MAGA King and MAGAnomics. That's just the greatest thing the greatest phrases he's ever said. Either way, like I said, we got the fun stuff coming up. We're going to be doing an unboxing, and then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the donation links in the video description in order to send not PayPal, in order to send donations through PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. And like I've been doing, dropping this link, maybe it's easier to use this link than to dig through the video description. I saw sometimes this, especially on Rumble, the links are like really small, and I didn't realize that until the other day when I was looking at it on my phone. So if you would like to support the live, you can also do so by clicking this link here, because you guys are fantastic. Either way, let's get into things. Like I said, we got an unboxing here. I don't know who sent me what, but there's stuff in here. All right, Klaus Daniels, what did we get? We got a plethora of items here. Here's our little papers. Let's figure it out. There's so much stuff in here. Okay. We got receipts. Let's see what we have here. I don't know why Amazon does this. This is supposed to be particular to the items in the box. Either way, first paper says, "Is Klaus racist? Ha ha," from Tori Wayne. Let me see. Becky is such a show off. And excited to see these. I love Fallout, from Tori Wayne. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Holy. These messages are funny. Watch this. Everybody on the website's about to be so excited. We have Mom runs trains on the weekend with Dad's friends. Yes, look at that. This is going to be a huge hit over in the voice chat. I can already tell. Let's find a place to set stuff down. Let's do this. Then we got Becky the Throat Goat. This is going to be a big hit over on the website as well. We read these books in the voice chat. Like, how many reasons do I got to give you to go join the website? It's fantastic. And then we got A Troll is Eating My Ass. Right? Good stuff. I can't wait to read these books. Of course, I got to eat a hot fucking pepper this Friday. We're going to make the best out of it. And then we got My Racist Dog Only Trusts Whites. It's you know, it is what it is. No, Klaus isn't racist. He's colorblind. He's got a white dad. Anyways, thank you so much, Tori Wade. And then finally, we got a brand new Fallout Advent Calendar, which is so super exciting. Fantastic. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. So amazing. Fantastic. I can't wait to read these books. Good stuff. Holy. Thank you, Tori Wayne. All right, let's get into our Advent Calendar here. Let's see what we get today. Another exciting day to see what we get from the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. Who will we get today? Who did we get last time? I think we got Pyramid Head last time. Oh, and she's bulging. We might get a doubly today. Oh, we hit a blank spot. The next one's got to be a doubly. There's just no way. Don't break the whole thing. Okay. Oh, we got a single. Okay. We got a lot, probably doublies from here on out, honestly. Come on, little fella. Come out of the box. Things I've had to say Klaus for $1. Oh, this is cool. I don't know who it is specifically. You guys have to help me out. It's a little plague doctor. I don't know if it's specifically from a movie or not. It's got a wide head is what she told me. But he's got like a little hammer. Almost like from like Super Mario little hammer. I don't know. I don't know if he's someone specific, but he's quite the plague doctor. Thank you so much, Cass. Really appreciate it. I love these little guys. Super awesome. Let's get into our funny videos here. Come on, load her up. Oh, I remember. God, I can't even remember the funny videos. Anyways, this first one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Call the Ambulance, but not from me. Well, damn. That's what it's like carrying Klaus around. It's like, I'm not letting him down for your safety. It's not for his. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This was provided by Donnie. Oh. And I'm a big fan of this video. This is by Donnie, like I said, and this is titled Day 1 as a Gynecologist.
Okay, that right there. That's what I call a hole. That is a big hole. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's nuts. Jeez. I mean, like a thumb is nothing in there. I can get like 3 fingers in.
Holy. Can't take me anywhere. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link list link and drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we'll be rating out over on Rumble. He's like, that's what I call a hole. I could feel like 3 fingers in there. I was like, guess who just got the funny video of the day? Either way, there is the link list where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards that keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. And like I've been saying, we do the voice chat every Friday after Coffee with Hooligans, and we've been eating peppers recently, but now we got a plethora of new books to read, so we're going to be eating hot peppers and reading inappropriate books. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Now, like I said, we're going to read through, and then we got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Turbo posting the boobs in the chat. Very nice. A 10 man, a 3-finger shim. Got to stop the leak. Totally care my cat's growl and attack things through the glass door. That's funny. Klaus is just scared of everything outside the glass slider. Thanks for being with us, Toast. I appreciate you. Happy freedom to you, Sly Dog. Ramsey, I'm not sure who we're raiding yet. It's coming up. It's a brand new week, so it's totally open. We'll see who we're raiding in just a moment. Bill Clay, that guy shoots guns at various objects. He sounds like a pretty cool guy. Neon Love Machine. Concealed cat permits are hard to get. They are. Hate your dad, my dog is racist. I didn't do it, I'm just saying. I've seen a couple racist dogs. Klaus is not a racist. What's up, Sir Pickles? Happy freedom. Ramsey, we might. We'll see. Bill Clay, it's Kentucky Ballistics on YouTube. Badass. Thank you for letting me know. Sir Pickles, hot peppers and yodeling would float my boat. I couldn't imagine trying to do that. It's hard just to talk after hot peppers. Meta Epsom salt and compress for the bad leg. Yeah, I've been sitting here with my leg on a heating pad. I need to actually put something on it. What's up, 59? Happy freedom. $59. Do you think once the military gets to Portland, will Antifa protesters engage or run? I don't even think they'll show up. because they're just trolling Trump right now. That's why, like, Trump's like, oh, Portland's a war zone. So then all the cameras went over to Portland. Now everybody's wearing frog costumes and looking like fucking unicorns and shit. It's because they don't want to act bad while President Trump is saying they're always acting bad. So now they're all going to behave and, you know, make it seem like he's overreacting. But as soon as they stop giving all that attention to Portland, that's when Antifa will start acting like Antifa again. But we'll keep an eye on it. Either way, it is that time once again, you hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. My voice wanted to crack because it's all fucked up right now, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. It is time to raid out over on Rumble. Let's see who's live. Everybody's live. Cat Dog, Handy, Rotella. Let me see.
And Matt, check your messages.
Handy News started about an hour ago.
Where's the other one? Oh,
Cat Dog's live.
The same place they are right now.
Cat Dog's been on for over an hour.
I think what they're doing is pretty cool. They're doing like 24/7 stream until the 24th, which is pretty cool. So shout
yeah, let me see. What about Rotella? How long has Rotella been
the
live?
major leagues. It cannot be a bad
Rotella's been live for 2 hours. He'll probably be wrapping it up soon. Let's go to Handy News. Let's raid these guys.
As soon as it did, because
yes, because they're saying they just overturned it, but it's not. It's a stay on the previous judge's order.
All right, hooligans.
Smackdown.
Hit that like button as soon as you land.
The Ninth Circuit telling the previous judge, you should re-review this because constitutional law says, boom.
this is an emergency motion to essentially pause her order. But as a functional matter, you are absolutely correct. It has the function of overturning her order and thereby allowing the president to send the National Guard back onto the streets of Portland. And Katie, I want to read, if I can, just from a little bit of the beginning of this 93-page opinion. It says, after considering the record, and by the record they mean all the factual evidence at this preliminary stage, we conclude that it is likely that the president lawfully exercised his statutory authority under 10 U.S.C. section 12406. That's the statute we've been referring to as Title 10 when we have conversations about the National Guard deployments, which authorizes the federalization of the National Guard when the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States. And this is the important part. The evidence the president relied on reflects,
still says one rip,
quote, a colorable assessment of the facts and law within a range of honest judgment. We thus conclude that defendants are likely to succeed on the merits of their appeal, basically saying that when and if a court considers all of the record in this matter is tried and it gets back to an appellate court through an ordinary process where they have full briefing and full evidence, that they still think Donald Trump is likely to prevail there because he has the discretion to determine as the president within a range of honest judgment when it is reasonable.
Did you hear the sigh? he has the discretion as president.
What you and I were talking about last week. When you get into the slippery slope.
And of course, of discretion, the slippery slope of discretion. Fuck it all, guys. We don't care what they have to say about the slippery slope. We got raided by the Hooligans. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate that. Mobile. Thank you for that raid.
And happy freedom to all of you hooligans.
Absolutely. Duh, beat me to it. Happy freedom, hooligans. Good to see y'all. I hope y'all had a great stream with Jeff. I'm just checking something real quick because we're having Rumble glitches over here.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. You did a great job. Hopefully you hit that like button over there. Either way, we are going to be wrapping this up. First, we're going to read through really quick, but like I said, we are going to be wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. 10-man, good raid. It was a good raid. I saw that their viewers were at 1 also, so yeah, I guess Rumble is having issues. Thanks for being here, Too Old to Care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tori Wayne, I did. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I did the unboxing, and we're so excited. Everybody's so excited about the new books and all of that, and the new advent calendar. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Paid your dad, deport them all. That's right. That's cool, Meta. Yeah, they're pretty cool over there. Bam. There we go. Stress typing. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for hanging out, helping me cover the news, and making the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, find yourself some good food, and please be safe. I will try and do the same. But make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.